Hi and welcome back for another Riders Republic video. In this one we're taking a look at one of the weekly challenges for the Shackdaddy Bandits, and it's the Golden Ticket Challenge where you've got to complete 5 unique stunts without falling or using backtrack. So for this video what we're doing is I'm going to go through 7 of the easiest stunts in the game, so you should be able to get through 5 of those with a couple spare in case you find any of them a bit tricky. So without further ado, let's kick off with the first one. So, teeing up fall is over in Grand Teton on the right hand side of the map. It's a wingsuit challenge that's got you doing some close proximity to one of the mountains. You don't have to go mad on these. Slow and steady tends to be good for these, you get a decent time limit. You're not trying to get close to the mountain for really high scores, you're just trying to get through the gates nice and safe. A couple of goes through and you'll soon earn the lines. There's a little bump there you've got to watch out for on this tree. Once you get through those, it's trying to keep to the top of the gate so you get over the trees, and it's quite a short one. Straight through to the finish, and that's the first one done. Next up is Rocket Squirrel, which you will find over in Yosemite, and it's a rocket wing stunt. Similar before, slow and steady, you don't need to use the boosters, you've got plenty of time on this one. Just take it nice and slow and make sure you get through all the gates. The main key is trying to avoid the trees, obviously. So if you keep to the top of the gates, you need to cut on the left of that big trunk. Make sure to hit up early so you go over this rock. So through there, around the trees, hang a left, over the tops of the trees, through there, and then it's a quick left. This one's a bit difficult, you've got to really pull up straight after it. Through there, between the trees, and then just cut through there, right at the top. You're straight through to the finish. Again, not too bad, when you should be able to get through once you learn the line of it. Back to Grand Teton for Leap of Faith, which is a snow-based stunt. Essentially just as you're trying to survive a massive jump, so if you follow these checkpoints down, it's getting the trajectory right to get maximum speed for the jump. So you go through there and then I slam the brakes to turn left. Really got to get the speed down this bit and jump right at the end. The idea is you've got to clear the mountain, so the fastest skis or snowboards you've got, watch out for the landing at the bottom. And you've still got a couple more gates to get through, so you've got to really watch the landing, but straight through to the finish. It's all about speed off the jump, and a late jump to get the best of it. The next one's over in Mammoth, and we've got the hole in the wall wingsuit stunt. This isn't too bad, you just got to watch out for the trees, so make sure you get through the tops of the gates. It's the last bit of this that's really tricky. This bit's not too bad, as I said, through the tops of the gates. This one's a bit tight, but it's after this where you've got to swing to the right through a little gap. But as soon as you've got through there, you're straight to the finish. So it's only that last bit, that's the tricky part. Right, so over to the bottom corner of the map into Canyonlands for Druid's Wings. It's another rocket wing stunt. A bit like the other ones, just knowing the route. It's a little bit longer, this one, but most of the gates are pretty easy. Again, you don't need to use your boost for most of it, just a little bit at the end to make sure you hit the time. So just follow these round. Pull up after this one. Couple round this bend, but you're okay. Got to kind of pull up for this. This next one's a bit tricky. Once you've got through there, you've got to dive down to the right. And then pull up again to get through these. Similarly, it's a quick dive for the next gate. Just follow around the mountain. These are nice and easy, these ones. A little bit of a tricky one coming around this bend. You've got to dive down and then really pull up to get up the hill. A little bit of boost to make up some time. Through these. This is a bit of a tight turn. And again, down and up through this little gap. It's quite a big gap, really. So you're alright, and then just boost to the finish. Just to make sure you get inside the time. Ouch. Quite easy though. Over to Mammoth next for Lift Ascent, which is one of my favourite stunts in the game, as you're grinding down the cables on the ski lift. I'll start off quite easy through these. I just will mention that I'm using the Trickster control settings. I've got everything on manual. This is probably easier if you don't have manual landing and stuff like that. You go down for this jump, right at the end you want to take off. You don't need to bother with all the tricks, just land on the cables. Left stick I hold over to the left to make the jump. I'm going forward on this one. Right, I'm holding the stick to the right as the cables get narrow, and then I want to jump straight to the left again. Now I jumped there to try and catch it. It means you do one less jump. Straight through. Not too bad really. And the final one is Cloud Flight over in Sequoia. Now this is another wingsuit stunt. Similar to the others, slow and steady through these. Gets a bit tricky towards the end. There's a lot of proximity stuff with the trees. As I was saying before, stay at the tops of the gate so you don't really have to go through many of the branches. It's just threading this bit that can be tricky, but a few goes through, you'll get the route. Just round here, trying to keep above the trees again. Once you're through the trees, it's pretty easy. Now once you get through this one, you want to pull up and slam the brakes to get the height over those trees. There we go. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas which stunts to try out for the Shackdaddy Bandits challenge of Golden Ticket this week. Always handy to know which stunts are worth trying for if these challenges come up again in future. I've been Jimster71. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Dislike if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Well, until then, bye for now.
Savage skills on display. Well done.